And I probably broke anyone's ears that might be here, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure nobody's here. Oh, hi, Blue. One of these days I'll learn to, move my mic before starting the stream. Where's my controller? I actually have a regular controller because I'm playing a real PlayStation. Alright. The mouse out of the way. Now we're already in the second. I already have a run. Just on the fly decided, you know what, I'm going to try to stream this, why not? And he threw the ball away. Oh no, I sent the runner and it's Mo on. He's dead. Oh, he made it. Okay. It's like the slowest player on the team, but he made it. No, it's not a two-base. Okay. This game has a lot of quirks. One of them being a lot of things that should be called an error are not. And the other way around, a lot of times things that should be called a hit are not. In that case, that was a ground ball to, I think it was shortstop, and he threw the ball away. Either it would be an error on the shortstop, or I didn't see the replay. It could have been an error on the first baseman if he booted it. Either way, that was not a double. That was a double to the first base crowd. This game is silly. I still like it a bit better than MLB 98, though. This is the other game I have. In MLB 2003, which is probably better than the other two, but I never really play it. Okay, so I got a runner on second. Nice. Of course, he's slow. Let's move on. And I swung at a ball. I'm an idiot. I've never really gotten the hang of hitting in this game. It's hard. Yeah, this game is just hard. Okay, no more power swing. We're down 2 strikes. I don't think that's going to drop. Oh, you better get on second. Oh, you're not going anywhere.
Safe at second. 1 out, 1 on. Next up, Roger Cedano.
Really? Wow. I didn't even see the ball, but sweet. Roger Cedano. He usually doesn't have that much power. Especially to get the big cinematic.
I tell you, buddy, that was a long, tall home run.
It's a 2-run home run.
That was nice. What's the wind doing? Oh, it's blowing out. But to right field, and he hit it to the left, so interesting.
Line drive up the middle.
Hopefully you can hear me and it's not too noisy. Can't do anything until summer's over about the air conditioner.
To the plate, Jeff D'Amico.
If he can hit the ball on the right side of the infield, then they can get that runner into scoring position.
This is my pitcher batting, so... Oh, I should really bunt, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Hit and run is a bad idea, but I'm definitely going to bunt, so... I'll get away with it.
The runner goes. It's a bunt.
Fair ball, please. Yes, okay. Oh, wow. They didn't even get him out. Holy damn. That was like a perfect bump down the line. Sweet. Just wanted to move the runner over, but I got lucky.
That's back to the wall.
Yes. I couldn't see the ball, so when the sky's blue, you can't really see it. It was cutting edge graphics in '99.
That ball was up so long they should have shown a movie on it. Boy, what a great hit. He had a good approach and had a good at bat.
Thought he was going to catch it at the wall. Robbie Alamar. Nice.
Fastball outside. Fastball inside. The count's 1-2.
I'd be doing even better if I wasn't swinging at the junk.
It's going. Oh, he's been robbed. Caught at the wall.
That's the way the wind's blowing, so if the wind wasn't blowing, it probably would have been 10 feet shorter. Alamar's wouldn't have gone out.
Swung on and missed.
Well, 6-0. Nice.
Line drive up the middle.
Oh, come on. He caught it with his stomach.
At the top of the third, the Philadelphia Phillies trail by 6.
Yeah, they put together a big inning. They're really swinging the bats well now.
Buck, you're thinking about something. Why don't you share it with us?
Jim, remember way back when Ted Turner, owner of the Atlanta Braves, appointed himself manager for the team? How long did it last? 1 game.
Buck, knowing that, I'll be able to sleep tonight. Thank you.
Yes, Ted Turner of the Braves. Yeah. I guess he still owns the Braves. Yeah. They had a real dynasty. I don't know why we're talking about the Braves when it's Mets Phillies right now, but okay.
He missed the bunt.
This is my season I'm playing, by the way. Hi there, Lucy. How you doing?
Two strikes on him.
Sound is good. How's my mic? Is it noisy? Well, the air conditioner just kicked off, so it should be okay now, actually. Yeah, how about them?
Line drive up the middle.
They're actually playing good because I'm in control.
2 outs, nobody on. At bat, Mark Leiter.
Mark Leiter. He didn't last too long. His brother Al Leiter, he was an amazing pitcher. He was on the Mets for a while. He's on the Mets in this game.
Nice pitch. That's a strike.
But Mark, he didn't do as good.
Curveball down the middle.
I can never expect a pitcher to be good at hitting. So and I'm really good with this pitching with this guy, Jeff D'Amico.
Line drive up the middle.
Really? What?
To first.
Why didn't you throw to first? Oh my God, this has happened like 3 times to me now. I'm holding the button combination to throw to first, and all he does is throw it to the pitcher. Piazza.
Available in regular, main, and diet. Lobster Cola.
Lobster Cola.
Pop up to second base.
Really, Mike? This game is a little silly, by the way.
All right, let's play.
You can tell by Lobster Cola.
In the middle 70s, the Pirates had such an offensive attack. They picked up a nickname that reflected what they did.
Led by people like Dave Parker, they were called the Lumber Company.
The Lumber Company, of course.
Hit to center field.
Not gonna drop.
Two outs, nobody on. Hitting 0 for 1, Jeremy Burnett.
How do you like these cutting-edge graphics? Jesus.
0-1.
Why did I swing at that? A curveball in the dirt.
Line drive down the left side.
Saw that
What a
coming.
great catch. After 3, the New York Mets lead by 6.
I tell you what, Jim, I love the way this team plays. They've got every aspect of the game, and they execute perfectly.
So the pitcher I'm pitching with, Jeff D'Amico, he was good for a few seasons here and there with the Brewers. And then the Mets got him. And he was like okay at best. Like fourth or fifth starter. He had some shiny moments, but all in all he was kind of like a won and lost about the same amount of games, like a 500 pitcher. He wasn't that great. He wasn't as good as he should have been, I should say.
Sharp liner up the middle.
And I don't know if he pitched.
Baseman.
Why'd you throw to first? Jesus.
Safe at first.
Maybe the
Now, he didn't
D-pad
try
on
to
this
overpower that ball.
controller
He
is
just
messed
sat
up.
back and stroked it to the outfield. This
Oh,
could
I
be an
haven't
opportunity to
used this
score some
controller in
runs.
a long
Maybe they're going
time,
to start
so
the
it's
runner right
possible.
here.
I want double play depth. Glanville. Get that much power, I think. Took the runner.
Throw over to first. He wants to keep that runner close. Safe at first. Hit weakly to center field. He snagged that one with ease.
Threw second that time.
One out, one on. Hitting 0 for 1, Scott Rowland.
Scott Rowland. He's actually a threat.
Well, if I were on defense right now, I'd be thinking about that runner at first. He might be moving.
Okay.
Didn't find the plate. Ball.
So we go fastball again.
Oh, hit weakly to
That's a
center
good spot.
field. Throw to second.
But apparently, Jeff D'Amico for me
1 on.
is pretty damn good.
Hitting 0 for 1.
Because a couple nights ago I was playing this with Jeff D'Amico, and I no hit. Actually, I threw a perfect game with him. I don't remember what team it was against. I think it was the Braves, which is insane because the Braves are ridiculously good in this game.
Deep fly ball to center
This is the
field.
middle of their giant dynasty. Chipper Jones and
Tracked
Andre
that ball
Jones and all
very
that.
well off the bat, and he camped under it and made
I
it
remember it was
easy
the
playable.
Braves, though. It might have been a different
That's
team.
the third out with a man stranded.
I've been playing this a little bit lately.
No contest.
So I was like, holy crap, I threw a perfect game. And then at the end of the game, there's a summary that says player of the
Sinker
game.
outside.
And what do you know, the player of the
1-0.
game was somebody that I hit like a solo home run with. You know, it wasn't the guy that just threw a perfect
Line
freaking
drive,
game.
taken to right.
It's funny.
Well, what a great at bat that was. He sat back, got a good pitch, and drove it. Base hit.
1 on and nobody out.
The third baseman.
This game moves really
right
quick,
here.
too.
Taken down the left
Especially
side.
because they throw mostly strikes.
He
There's
makes
not a whole
the
lot
catch.
of taking pitches and stuff. Although this guy was throwing some junk
1 out, 1 on.
that I swung at.
Batting 1 for 1.
Usually they
Jeff
mostly throw
D'Amico.
strikes. Okay, bunt situation
The
again.
infield might want to look for the bunt right here.
Sack bunt. I'm not going to send the runner. Especially not on the first pitch.
Quick throw.
Oh, Jesus. You don't need to be that aggressive, Ray.
Well, you know, they might be trying to move the runner along here.
I am. I'm up by 6 runs and I really shouldn't. Oh, Jesus.
He missed the bunt.
Oh, don't. Oh, God. Why am I moving him around? I don't want to do that.
Oh, he missed the bunt.
I'm really bad at bunting. Bunting is really weird in this game. Okay, I gotta swing away now. 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Whatever.
Boy, he swung right through that. He better check his bat. It might have a hole in it.
It's only a 4th inning, though.
Pulled down the right side.
Okay.
That's the third out with a man stranded.
Just trying to get through the innings now. I mean, get through this game. quick enough to play another one before I stop.
After 4, the
Mostly
New York
testing
Mets
it,
lead
but
by 6.
Boy, I tell you,
whatever.
Jim,
I'll
these
stream
guys
for a
are
little bit.
really executing right now.
And then it'll be time to take the dog out, though. I got a little over an hour, though.
Hit to the pitcher. Toss to the first baseman. He's out of there. 1 out and nobody on. Hitting 0 for 1, Mark Lewis.
The Phillies are pretty rough in this game. Although they're starting to get a bit better. In MLB 98, there's still a lot of older Phillies from their World Series run that was in 92, I think. They lost to the Blue Jays. I think it was 92. So they still have, like, they even still have Lenny Dykstra in MLB 98. It was his last season in 96, but it goes by the 96 rosters. The end of 96. So they still have Lenny Dykstra, and Mickey Morandini, and Darren Dalton, and guys like that, and they're pretty much all at the end of their careers, really. So that's why the Phillies were pretty rough in that game.
Deep fly ball to center field.
Still not too good in this game, but they are kind of
You know, Jim, we talk about
evolving.
You know where that came from? In the old grocery stores, the corn used to be up on the top shelf, and the owner used to knock it down with a stick and then catch it in his apron. That's where the phrase came from.
Can of corn. Yes.
2 outs, nobody on. Hit weakly to center field.
Really? Mike Lieberthal's pretty good hitter. Shouldn't say anything.
Good hit by Lieberthal. 2 outs and 1 on.
I've never heard of
Next
Sefcik.
up, Kevin Seifsick.
Sefcik, whatever. 2 outs. I'm not gonna do anything. Mike Lieberthal's not gonna run. He's a catcher.
Line drive, second base.
Good call.
Throw to first. He's out of there. That's the 3rd out with a man stranded.
Now, Matt Lawton was only on the Mets for a very brief time, like the second half of 2002, I think.
Fastball down
I remember
the
we
middle.
traded Rick Reed to the Twins for Matt Lawton, which was a horrible trade. I mean, Matt Lawton is a pretty good outfielder, kind of quick, he can steal some bases. But Rick Reed was a good starting pitcher. And once he went to the Twins, he stunk. So a lot of people look back and say, well, it was a good thing the Mets got rid of him, but I think if he stayed in New York, I think he would have kept pitching pretty good. I don't know. Hard call. I just really liked him anyway. And Reed was spelled R-E-E-D, which is the same as my grandparents and my mother's maiden name, so that was another reason to like him. He was a pretty good pitcher.
Curveball down and in.
Really?
Deep fly ball to
At least I
center
didn't
field.
strike out.
That fly ball to the outfield
But
turned
anyway,
into a can
I'm
of
trying to
corn.
go
No
for the
problem at all.
2003 roster with this game. Just for the hell of it, for something different. I mean, obviously, 99 and 2000 were the two amazing Mets teams.
Line drive,
But-
taken to left. What a great catch.
Yeah,
After 5.
the thing about 2003
Let me tell you, when you get to
is
this
the Mets
level,
made a
half
bunch
this
of
game
moves
is
in the
90%
offseason
now.
before 2003. And on paper, they looked like really good either free agent acquisitions or trades. And everybody was hyped up. It was like, holy crap, look what they did. The Mets are going to be amazing again. We're definitely going to win the World Series. It just didn't work out. There were 4 main players.
Ricky Otero.
I don't remember if they were all free agents or some of them were trades. But, first off, Roger Cedano, really speedy center fielder guy. he was amazing on the Mets in '99. He stole like 55 bases or something in '99. He was great.
1 ball and
But
1
he
strike.
batted 7th usually that season because we had Ricky Henderson. He batted leadoff. He was base stealer too, but he really taught Cedano the art of stealing bases. But so that was '99, and
Shallow pop fly to the left side.
I think Sedano was still
Easy
with
play.
us in 2000,
2 outs, nobody on.
maybe. But then he wasn't, and then by 2003 we brought back Sedano, and we were like, "Holy crap, we got Roger Sedano again. We got a base stealer. He can lead off. We don't have Ricky Henderson anymore. He's 40-something years old, but we got Ricky Henderson. We got
3 hits in the game for
Roger
Philadelphia.
Sedano."
Jim, it looked like he shortened
And
up
guess
the swing
what?
on that pitch
Roger
and hit it
Sedano in
into the outfield.
2003 kind of forgot how to hit, and I don't know what the hell happened to him. I think it was kind of the pressure got to him because he wasn't in New York for a few seasons, and then he tried to be on the Mets again. And everybody expected him to be amazing, top of the lineup guy.
More grade 1
And it
nickname
just didn't
trivia.
work.
Ted Williams.
He didn't steal many bases. He didn't get on
Also
base
known
much.
as Teddy Ballgame.
He was like the most mysterious of the acquisitions that should have been good and just wasn't.
Taken down the right side.
Oh, drop.
Nice hit by Vaughn.
And the next mysterious
1 on
one,
and nobody out.
Jeremy Burnett's right here.
Jeremy Burnett.
He was a pretty
Heads-up
good
players got to be
slugging
thinking about moving that base runner
outfielder
into
in
scoring
Milwaukee.
position.
And
Goes with the pitch down the left
right
side.
before we got him,
Well, there's a
batted
fly
over
ball to the outfield.
300.
Not
I
much
think
on
he
it.
had
That guy got over, camped under,
at
and
least
made
30
easy
home
play.
runs
1 out,
for a
1
few
on.
seasons. He started his career in the Mets, but he really turned into a good power hitter
This
on the
might be
Brewers.
something to think about.
Hi there, Lucy.
They might start to run it right here.
No, let's move on. Ooh,
No, he wanted to pitch him tight.
Ow.
That's a bit too tight, Buck.
Looks like he didn't take too kindly to getting plunked by that pitch.
yeah. Okay then.
Batting 1 for 2. Ray Ordonez.
He got back just in time to see Sedano get hit in the chest. With a slider, it looked like.
Fly ball taken down the left side. Fly ball, easy
You guys
play.
better get back. Okay.
2
So
outs
yeah,
and 2
and then
on.
so when Burnett's made it to the
Batting 1
Mets
for 2.
in 2003,
Jeff D'Amico.
kind of the same thing as Sedano. He kind of forgot how to hit. Well, I think what happened is he still had his big, huge power swing, but he just wasn't
Swing and a
connecting.
miss.
He struck out
He's
a
batting
lot,
1 for 2.
or popped out, or grounded out. He just had a big, huge swing where he let go with one hand at the end, and it worked for him in Milwaukee. But
To second. To the first baseman.
I don't know why he threw the second there, but okay. But when he came to the Mets, he was okay. But he was another favorite of the Mets fans to really rag on because he struck out so much.
Trail by 6.
You know, Jim, I think this team's got a chance to come back in this game.
It
We all
was
know what a
pretty
great pitcher
weird.
Cy Young was. Well, he played in an era with another great pitcher named Jack Chesbrough.
Yeah.
Chesbrough in 1904 won an amazing 41 games for the New York
41
Highlanders.
wins.
Okay, Buck, now let's get back to the game.
I think he said 1904 or something.
Fastball low and
Back in
inside.
those days, they only had 2 or 3 starting pitchers. And they threw all the innings of every game, and it was just insane back in those days.
One ball and 1 strike.
Anywho, so that was Burnett's. That's 2 of the 4 big acquisitions that turned out bad.
Pop up
That
to
shouldn't
third
have.
base. He hauled it
Everybody blames the GM at the
1 out,
time,
nobody on.
general manager,
Hitting 0 for 2. Bob
Steve
Abreu.
Phillips. I don't really blame him too much because the moves all looked good on paper. Well, 3 of the 4. The third one was second baseman Roberto Alamar,
Fastball
another
low and
big
inside.
star good hitting second baseman with some speed from the Cleveland Indians. He was a big star in Cleveland, and we were like, holy crap, we got Roberto Alamar. I still don't remember if it was if he was free agent or if it was a trade, but you know, the Mets spent a lot of money getting these guys, and holy crap, Roberto Alamar. And one of the first things he did was a couple times here and there. Well, we put him in. I think he was batting second, and every once in a while he tried to bunt for a hit, and he was supposed to be a pretty good slugger, like 300 hitter in Orland, and the Mets fans went nuts. They're like, why the hell is he bunting? It didn't bother me that much, because he would just try it once in a while. It wasn't that big a deal, really, I didn't think. But the Mets fans ragged on him, and I don't think he could really handle New York. Then he got hurt. But you know, I looked at the stats, he really wasn't that bad, but he wasn't what we expected versus, you know, how he was in Cleveland.
Fastball low and inside.
And another thing with Roberto Alamar is Cleveland is American League, and for some reason, it's not as big a deal nowadays. But in those days, still, when players moved from the American League to the National League, or vice versa, but especially American and National, it was a very different game. And some of them just didn't take to that too well. 2 outs. Should I put it on double play depth? I don't think so. Sometimes I like to put it on double play depth anyway, because it puts the fielders more towards the middle.
That's the third out with a man stranded.
And the fourth big name.
No contest.
Now, the fourth big name I'm going to talk about was actually a controversial move, and a lot of the fans were like scratching their heads. The first 3 that I mentioned, Mets fans were pretty happy about in the beginning. But the fourth one, I did a regular swing, but it's okay.
He's 2 for 3.
The fourth one was move on. Now, at one time, he was an amazing slugging first baseman. The problem with move on is he was a big, kind of heavy-set guy, and he was kind of an all-or-nothing hitter. It's like he was either going to hit a home run or strike out. Back when he was with the Red Sox, he was a 300-something hitter, and he hit a lot of regular hits too. But by the time we got him, after he was on the Angels for a bit, he slowed down a bit, and he was more of just a straight slugger. But it was pretty obvious to everyone that he was going to be hurt a lot. You know, because he was like 300-something pounds, I think. He was huge.
Hit to center field.
And that was more of a gamble move to get Move on. But, you know, it was worth a shot.
The New York Mets lead by 6.
I tell you what, I like the makeup of this team. It seems to me like they're in every ball game.
He lasted like a season and a half, and then he got injured, and that was it. He was just injured for like a half season and a little bit more to the next season, and then that was it. He retired. He was done. He gave up. He was just always like he had all these different bone spurs in his feet, and I don't remember what else. He was just he got too big.
That infielder taking away a base hit on that line drive.
1 out and nobody on.
But yeah, the Mets were supposed to be amazing in 2003 because of all these acquisitions, and they ended up not being too good. And the early 2000s, those were rough times because we were stuck with those players for a while. And we spent a lot of money on them and didn't get anything good out of it. And then, yeah, the Mets weren't good again until from 2003. Well, 2006 we had a really good season. In 7. Yeah. And then 2015 we made it to the World Series, and then we petered out horribly to the freaking Kansas City Royals.
Jim, you know
We were
what?
horrible
When you come to
in
Shea
that
Stadium, as
World
the
Series.
hitters
We were
first
great in
hit
the playoffs,
back
but
from
horrible in the World
backdrop,
Series.
it is awful. You just can't see the baseball.
Why don't they change it?
I don't know. I think they like pitchers.
Change up down the middle.
I talked over the announcer. What was he complaining about? The backstop? The batter's eye, I mean? It's black. How can that be bad? Excuse me.
Ground ball to the shortstop. Toss to the first baseman. He's out of
Yeah,
there.
the Mets have always been pretty snake bit.
3 up and 3 down.
Nowadays, they're pretty bad. They're actually really bad right now.
Sunny day today.
Oh, really? You're bringing in Ricky Vitalico?
I tell you,
Okay.
I always love playing on days
That's
like
their
these.
closer, but they're down by
Jim, in
6
baseball,
runs,
you know,
so
we
that's
have
a little
raises for
weird.
different roles on a team. Yeah, there's a short reliever, and there's a middle reliever, and there's a long reliever. Well, in
Oh, okay.
1951, the St. Louis Browns had a short hitter. It was Eddie Goodell. He was the shortest player in Major League history. He stood 3 feet and 7 inches tall.
Hey, that's a great story. Mike.
What?
The relief pitcher.
What
Ricky
do you say? The
Vitalico.
St. Louis Browns had a hitter 3'8"? Wow.
Deep fly ball to
I
center.
believe it though. Because the thing with the way,
I'll tell you, that ball's not carrying today. That's just another routine out. to
the thing with
outfield.
One out,
how you
nobody
call
on.
balls and strikes is like an invisible box
Move on.
over the plate, but with high and low, the box goes like
0-1.
roughly between the batter's elbow and knees, kind of, for the high and low end of the strike zone, kind of roughly.
Curveball down the middle.
But if you're really short, that makes the strike zone really small. So he probably
Fastball inside.
just came up to bat
The count's 1-2.
and drew a walk
He's
every
2-3.
time. That was his only job, probably, and then they would pinch run for
Swing and a
him.
miss. Strike
Oh,
3.
wow, that was
The
horrible.
batter really looks overmatched. That pitcher played him like a fiddle.
So for some reason, the AI brought in Ricky Vitalico for one pitch, and then immediately replaced him with Tyler Green. I don't know why.
No problem.
I guess he heard me when I said, "Why are you bringing in Ricky Vitalico? You're down by 6 runs in the 8th, Mr. Closer." So he's like, "Okay, I'll bring in Tyler Green then."
The Philadelphia Phillies trail by 6.
You know, if they don't give up, I think this club's got a chance to get back in this game.
Really? They're
Leading
down
off
by
the
6.
inning for Philadelphia, Doug Glanville.
9th inning. I still got D'Amico out here. Oh God, he's almost halfway worn out, and I did not warm any. Hold on. Let me warm somebody up just in case. Be a good idea. Let's see Reed, since it's a non-save situation. Oh, D'Amico's fatigued? Why didn't it tell me he was fatigued? It tells me if they get injured, but not fatigued. Fatigue means they're just really tired out. Well, I gotta let that guy warm up. So, D'Amico's gonna face one more guy.
Line drive up the middle.
Probably 2 more guys, because he just got the out on 1 pitch.
By Alamar. 1 out, nobody on.
How many hits did he get up? 4. Yeah, it's ain't a no-hitter this time. Still a shutout, though, actually. So, screw it. Let's get that shutout. I only need 2 more outs.
0-1.
He's still pitching good.
Line drive to second
Oh.
base.
I was kind of hoping the second baseman was going to catch that, but
A hit by Roland.
that was a shot. He didn't even jump, though.
Hitting 0 for 3.
I have the
Bronya.
defense and running is on automatic. I've never been able to play defense on my own, like actually control the players to make plays and stuff. I never figured that out. Been playing baseball games for years, never figured that out. Always put on
Fastball down the
automatic.
middle.
If you know what you're doing with manual, you can make some really amazing plays, but I'm horrible at it.
There's the pickoff
Okay,
throw.
he's not going anywhere.
Safe at first. Ground Ground ball up the middle.
What are you doing?
To first.
Why does he keep throwing to freaking pitcher? I threw to second. I could have gotten a double play and ended the game. I held up and hit the button. Maybe the up key doesn't work. Up works. Actually, I don't know why he does that. Why they do that on me?
Ground ball down the left side.
Oh well, there's the third out.
To the first base.
Game over.
He's out of there. This game is history, Buck. The final score.
Nice win.
The New York Mets 6, Philadelphia 0.
Yay.
This D stole some hits today, don't you think?
Boy, I tell you, they did. You know, they really play on their toes because that pitcher is always throwing strikes.
So, complete game shutout by Jeff D'Amico. Let's see who the player of the game is. I can almost guarantee it's not going to be Jeff D'Amico, because the game doesn't care about pitching. Although this game cares about pitching a lot better than MLB 98. MLB 98 really doesn't care about pitchers. And of course, well, I mean, he did it at home run. Oh wow, in this game he was still... Roberto Alamar was on the Orioles? This is Triple Play 99, and the rosters are current as of the end of the 97 season. He probably went to the Indians in 98. Well, we got him in 2003. Yeah, 98, 99. Yeah, he did bounce around a couple times. Now, I have to decide. I think I'm going to squeeze in one more game. I don't need to take the dog out right at 12:30. She was out a lot earlier, so she can wait a bit longer. So we are, let's see, we're only a game over 500 at 48 and 47. Because I'm not playing every game, I'm simulating some of the games. Like I play one game of a series and let the computer play two. That's not a good system if I want to be able to get into the playoffs this season. I know I'm not going to catch the Braves for the division. Look at that, 57 and 38. They're ridiculous. I think that's the best record of baseball right now. Yankees are very close, 56 and 39, which makes sense. Those were the two teams that made it to the World Series in '99. Why are the Pirates so good? Why are the Pirates good? I don't see this save file for this game is probably a couple years old now. So I don't remember what players I put on what teams. But why are the Pirates good? Oh, Derek Bell on the Pirates? What's he doing on the Pirates? Allensworth, Brian Giles still there. Oh, Tony Womack. Oh wow, he really belongs on the Diamondbacks. Okay. Kevin Young was pretty good for one season. Still though, no really big stars. I don't think the pitching is that good either. Cordova, Lieber, Shurik, and Schmidt. I guess they could be pretty good. Jason Kendall was good. I'm still surprised they're that good. going to get another game, then I shouldn't be messing around with that too much. The stats and everything. I like to try to get the rosters, well, I used to try to get the rosters current, but you know, this is MLB 98. None of the players in this game are still playing. Up to like a couple years ago, some of them were still around, but now I don't think there's one player in this game that still plays baseball professionally. I don't think so. So, I mean, it's 21 years old now. And the rosters are from the end of 97, so 23 years. Anyway, what I was trying to decide is if I should let the CPU play a couple of these games so that we can see a different team. 40, 50, 50, that'd be 100. So we're like, what, 90-something games out of 160 games. You know what? I'm gonna let the CPU play the Phillies. And I know the CPU is gonna somehow lose against the Phillies, even though the Phillies are god awful. Yeah, no more Phillies. I'm skipping 3 games. Oh, we get to see it. We're gonna see the Pirates now. I almost said a god awful team, and then I looked at the record. The Pirates are good somehow, so that's who we're gonna play. Northern Alex is live. For some reason, whenever the Twitch notifier pops up, when I have OBS running, only when I have OBS running, the Twitch notifier pops up, even though the Chrome window is in a different spot. It puts a big white box over where the Twitch chat is. So if you're wondering why that whited out for a second, that's why. Let's see. I like how this shows you, like, this, the numbers, how the simulator. Hey, we beat the Phillies. Amazing. Royals. For some reason, the Mariners are really bad, and I don't know why, because they should be amazing in this game. I must have really gutted them. Hey, we beat the Phillies again, 6-5. Yay. You can just simulate the whole damn season if you want. But, I mean, what's the point? Of course, this takes longer. In MLB 98, it just goes ding, 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 and it just shows you the scores. But it also, hey, 8-3, we won again. Amazing that the freaking AI managed to win 3 games against a really bad team. But now we're going to play a good one. I'm going to play every game of this little series against the Pirates, I think. Well, not tonight. I'm just going to play one game tonight, but still. I'm not going to simulate against a good team. Okay. Oh, we're still home. Nice. We get to stay at Shea Stadium. Now, unfortunately, when you simulate games, the computer gets to rearrange the lineup. There's no way to change that. And for some reason, the computer seems to think that John Cangelosi batting .229 is a better hitter than Jeremy Burnett's batting .333. I don't get it, but that's why he's never in as many games, because the computer keeps swapping him out. And the same thing with Tony Tarasco. He's a good bench player. That's why I have Cangelosi, because I desperately needed somebody that wasn't a lefty. He's a switch hitter, but I needed somebody that could bat from the right side on the bench, because this team's kind of stacked with lefties. Tony Tarasco's a lefty, but he's not an everyday player. Maybe if we had a DH, he would be. And the everyday guy is Matt Lawton. don't get it, because if I go to like the trades, Matt Lawton's got a higher value than Tarasco. Same thing with Jeremy Brunitz. So I don't get why the AI always does that. And the AI puts Sedano back in the leadoff. You know what? Who am I facing? John Lieber. Is he a righty? Right-hander or left-hander game. I don't care about all these other stats. Game shutout marks. Really? It doesn't tell you? Shurik is a lefty. I think Lieber is a righty. See, Lieber was a Cub at one time, and I get him confused with somebody else. Is this going to tell me if he's a lefty or a righty? I don't understand why that's not there. He is. That's left. Oh, he's a lefty. No, that's Shurik. That's not the player that I highlighted game. Lieber throws right-handed. Okay, I thought so. I have to really worry about who's lefty and who's righty that I'm facing, because I have a lot of lefties. I don't want to put them all in a row if I'm facing a lefty. I am tempted to keep Sedano up there batting leadoff, though, because he's pretty good. And Alamar's good enough, actually, that he could bat third or second. I gotta see Matt Lawton is it. I don't want Fonzie down there. No. I'm used to using square with the other gigs. Well, Fonzie's gotta be third. Alamar and Cedano are faster than Fonzie. It's See, the problem with this is lefty. You know what? If this was real life, that would be a bad idea. You'd have to break it. You'd have to put Lawton up in the 2-hole just to have Sedano as a switch hitter down here. Also, Ordonez should not be batting 8th. But AI doesn't do things like bring in a lefty specifically to face left-hand batters. It doesn't. The AI doesn't care about that. At least not at this level of play. Sometimes, I don't know why, sometimes I even look at the opposing lineup and see how they're doing. Why is Derek Bell on the Pirates? He was on the Mets for a little while. In Houston before that. Did he end up on the Pirates? This is weird. I usually only trade players to a team that they were actually on at one time. Yeah, I said I was just going to get another game real quick. What am I doing? I'm looking up a player. One second. Oh, you can't see this. But I gotta put his. Oh yeah, he did end up on the Pirates. Okay. Yeah, he didn't end his career on the Mets. Alright, he was on the Mets in 2000. And he was hurt sometimes. So he played in 144 games out of 160, so that's not too bad. I didn't realize that his career was, well, he started out in 91, 92. Okay. Anyway, he only played one more season after the Mets in 2000. That was 2001 on the Pirates. You know, he played for 46 games. He probably got hurt. That was it. Okay. That's why he's on the Pirates. I mean, you know, he was only 46 games on the Pirates. He hit. Oh wow, he hit 173 in 46 games. Holy crap, he fell off a cliff. That's why he retired. Okay. Anywho. Brian Giles. Jermaine Allensworth batting third. No, you have... Allensworth is right. I think Kevin Ryan. Yep. Kevin Young, Brian Giles, Derek Bell. Why was Jermaine Allensworth batting third? Kendall's good too. Why am I fixing their lineup? Actually, put Derek Bell up here. Kevin Polkovich is better than Allensworth. There, I fixed your lineup for you, Pirates. Why I do that? Usually I just make sure that one of the wacky things that this game does is if there's too many good hitters and then the catcher isn't a very good hitter, they'll have some random decent hitter play the catcher position, which is insane because catcher is a very specific position and only a few people can do it. Basketball for Arizona, 86. Steals reached my 5 seasons. Kenny Lawton? The Indians to the Braves, yes. Kenny Lawton. For David Justice and Marquise Grissom. Yep,
Hi, everybody. It's a beautiful day for baseball. I'm Jim Houston.
And I'm Buck Martinez.
Today's game is between the New York Mets and the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right, Buck, let's get on with the game and talk a little bit about the key to success today for the New York Mets.
Well, this team's pitching has struggled this year. If their pitching doesn't come through here today, it could be an awful night for the manager.
Well, now it's time for the first pitch.
Who am I pitching with? I didn't even look. Tell me it's freaking Jeff D'Amico again. God damn it. I should have skipped one more game. Oh well. I know how to pitch with him. I shouldn't complain, but you guys would like to see variety. But yeah, that makes sense. I simulated 3 games. And for some weird reason, this game only has a 4-man starting rotation, which is silly. Nobody goes a full season with only 4 starters. It's always 5, sometimes even 6. It's never 4. In the playoffs, you could go with 4 starters, but not during the season.
Split finger breaks down and in. 2 balls and 1 strike.
He's not fatigued, right? Just thought that. 90% energy, and he's thrown a couple of pitches. 96, so that's weird. He's fine.
3 balls and 1 strike. Ground ball up the middle.
Yeah, I went to 3
first.
balls.
He's out of there. 2 outs, nobody on. Next up, Brian S. Giles.
You've got to say the yes. There must have been another Brian Giles that's playing at the same time. There was another Giles, but I didn't think it was Brian.
swung through it.
He was pretty good, Brian Giles.
Curveball down and in.
But he was better
One
after he
ball, one
left the
strike.
Pirates, I think. Either that or he
Line
was
drive
hurt a
down
lot,
the
one or
left
the
side.
other.
Throw
I
it
remember now.
across. He got it. Third out. We go to the bottom of the inning. Sharp liner to
Nice.
center field.
Damn. That's a double.
Throw to
No,
second.
that's not a double. How do I send the... Oh my god, I don't know how to send the
He's outta
runner
there.
back. I sent him, and I didn't know how to send it back.
One out, nobody
It says
on.
Sedano.
Next batter,
That was
Roberto
Cedano.
Alamar.
How did he not make it to second at that? The ball rolled to the freaking wall. Jesus.
Hit deep to center field.
I don't really...
He's got it.
I'm not good at base running.
2 outs, nobody on.
Sunny day today, a bit of a breeze. It should be a nice day on the field.
I don't think the breeze would be much of a factor.
Okay.
Swing and a miss.
He looked like he was sitting on curveball right there.
0-1. 2 strikes on him.
That was a curl, I think. Something off speed. Oh, Jesus. Why did I
Fly
swing
ball
at that?
pulled down the left side.
Freaking slider up over
Yeah,
my
Bill made
eyes.
a nice play on that ball. It
I
was
don't know
a
how I
pretty
made
routine
contact,
fly ball that
actually.
just settled into his glove.
3 up and 3 down. At the top of the second, it's 0-0. Hit to right field. No sweat.
I'm just testing throwing
1 out and nobody on.
the bases.
And now at the plate, and that's flight 543 to Paris, just leaving from nearby LaGuardia.
Boy,
Oh,
I tell
shit.
you, this place gets loud, doesn't it? If the wind's blowing in the right directions, those jets take off right over the top of the stadium.
Speaking of the wind, it's blowing out to left field at 11 miles an hour. Which means righties are going to be hitting home runs like crazy. Or at least it's going to make it easy for righties to hit home runs. At least I'm not pitching with a
Ground
lefty.
ball down the right side.
Just figure it out.
Got it.
Jesus. Let's just stand there and look at each other. Nobody touched the bag.
Doug Strange.
They figured it out eventually, but that was a little silly.
Hit
That was
weakly
not
to
a good
center field.
pitch. Oh, okay. Mom just let me know that John
A
left.
hit by Strange.
Now, that wasn't pretty, but it got to the outfield. He has himself a base hit.
Oh, Lucy went to bed already. It's me and you, Blue, if you're even there.
Line drive
Hey,
up the middle.
nice.
You know, Huey, that was a pretty good play right there. That line drive had base hit written all over it.
That's the third out with a man stranded. First up for the Mets, Mike Piazza.
Yeah.
Fly ball pulled down the left side.
He read that ball very well when it came off the bat, and he ran underneath that fly ball and turned it into an easy out.
One out, nobody on. Fly ball pulled down the right side.
No, it's mostly what Mavon's good
Well,
at.
that was a lazy fly to the outfield. It made an easy catch of it, just like those old grocery store guys catching that can of corn off the shelf.
2 outs, nobody on.
Also, I don't know if it's the smartest plan, but it's what I always do. Is I always use power swing.
Fastball low and inside.
Use a power swing like that until I get to 2 strikes, and then I switch to normal swing. And you do get a lot more hits with a normal
Line
swing,
drive up the middle.
but
Toss to the first baseman.
you get a lot of home runs with the power
He's out of
swing.
there. 3 up and 3 down.
On MLB 98, it's no question. You always use power swing almost.
After 2, it's 0-0.
But in this game, it probably makes sense to use a normal swing more often. But the normal swing just looks goofy, though.
Shallow pop fly up the middle.
It's like bunting. Bunting looks very silly
1
in
out,
this
nobody
game.
on.
It's like
And
you're a
batting
statue
John
when you try to
Lieber.
bunt. You can't move the bat around. You just kind of hold it there. It's weird. Like that.
That's a bunt by
I don't
Lieber.
know why he bunted.
To the
Nobody's
first
on.
baseman. He's out of there.
This is a pitcher
2
running.
outs, nobody on. Hitting 0 for 1, Tony Womack.
So if you bunt it just right down the third base line, no, I already did it in the last game. You can make it to first pretty good if they're not playing bunt
Ground
test.
ball down the left side. Over to first. Got him. 3rd out. We go to the bottom of the inning.
I hate summer.
Today's great
I know I
game
say
is
that
brought
every
to you
time, but I
by
really do.
Gamma Airways, the world's first self-serve airline. We provide the plane and you do the rest. Gamma Airways, your super value airline. Pilot not included.
Self-serve airline.
Great hit.
We supply the plane, you do the rest. Aggressive. I'm not gonna have to run yet. Wait, who's that? That's not sitting.
Hit to center field.
Probably shouldn't put it on aggressive.
You can catch that one, Buck. 1 out, 1 on.
Pitcher time.
Next up, Jeff D'Amico.
Try this whole bunting thing.
This is a situation where they're probably thinking about starting the runner.
I don't really get the point of that menu, actually.
Thank you for playing Triple Play.
He missed the bunt.
The announcers say thank you for playing Triple Play 99. That's funny. Oh, see, you can't freaking move the bat around.
2 strikes on him.
I think you're supposed to, like, hold R1. And move the actual player around. That's weird.
He struck him out.
Oh well, it was the pitcher.
A
What do you expect?
strikeout notched by Lieber. Batting 1 for 1, Roger Cedano.
John Lieber's a decent pitcher too.
Change up down the middle.
Change up.
0-1.
Now, if I timed that right, I would have clocked that. But I didn't time it.
Deep
Should
fly
have
ball
gone
to center
after that
field.
one. But I did.
Nice catch. That's the 3rd out with a man stranded. At the top of the 4th, it's 0-0.
Looks to me like this game is going to be nip and tuck all the way, Jim. This guy can really fly. The defense better be looking for a bunt.
Why would he bunt? He's Derek Bell. This game's really silly like that. It's like, no, he's not gonna punt. I can guarantee you, he's not gonna punt.
0-1. Sharp ground ball down the left side to first.
I didn't think I was gonna get him, and I didn't.
That's a base hit, and the pitcher will just stand there and shake his head. How did it get through?
One on and nobody out.
Well, Jim, if I were in this situation, I'd start the runner right here.
There goes the runner.
Damn, he did start to
Oh,
run.
hit weakly to center field.
I was gonna throw one pitch before I threw
Really
over.
come off the bat that well. That guy just camped under it and made the play.
One out, one on. Hitting 0 for 1, Kevin Young.
Well, if I were on defense right now, I'd be thinking about that runner at first. He might be moving.
There's the pickoff throw.
He does have a good lead.
Safe at first.
Well, a smart player's got to be thinking about moving the runner into scoring position.
He's a slugger. He's gonna think about getting hit.
He made that play because he got a good read when that ball came off the bat.
That
Two
was
outs
good.
and one on. Another pickoff attempt at first base.
Come on, I did it twice. Don't start getting pissed off at
Safe
me.
at first. Didn't find the plate. Ball.
Is that after Kendall? Doug Strange. I tell you, this is a pretty good lineup that they're putting out there. Just in real life, I think when they had this
Another
lineup,
ball.
a lot of these
pitcher's
players
falling
were hurt,
behind, 2-0.
weren't playing. I think
Hit to right
just
field.
weren't as good as they expected them to be.
Easy catch.
'Cause the Pirates were not that good.
That's the third out with a man stranded. Buck, you have that. I'd like to tell you a story. Go ahead.
Jim, did you know that in 1943, Philip Wrigley created the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League? Yeah, he did that during World War II.
Now we'll be able to sleep tonight, Buck. 0-1. Deep fly ball to center field. Easy play.
Threw the ball away. Nobody's on base, so it doesn't matter, but still, that's funny.
Talk about fundamentals. That was perfect.
Oh yeah, good
One out,
fundamentals,
nobody
throwing the ball into the dugout there. Oh, that was a pretty good pitch to hit. All right.
Home run, New York Mets.
Huey, that ball was up so long they should have shown a movie on it.
That was Fonzie.
It's a home run for the New York Mets.
Boy, what a great hit. He had a good approach, had a good at bat.
Swing and a miss.
Really?
Change up down the middle.
Well, I tell you, they
He's
pitch
over
the
one.
good hitters harder. Like Piazza, it's hard to get a good pitch to hit. God damn.
Struck him out swinging.
I couldn't stop
Boy, he
swinging
really
that
came
crap.
to the corners on that one. Good control earned him that strikeout.
I think that was 3 sinkers in a row,
Hitting
too.
0 for 1. Move on. Hit deep to center field. Routine play. And retires the side. At the top of the 5th, the Pittsburgh Pirates trail by 1.
You know, Jim, I think this team's got a chance to come back in this game.
that's not where I wanted that pitch to be. But I got away
Boy,
with
Jim,
it.
that was a good play. That line drive had hit written all over it.
One out and nobody on.
No, an MLB 98. Maybe since I keep mentioning it, maybe the next time I stream I'll play that one. There's always like a little... It shows the strike zone box, basically. And you get to aim where you're going to throw the pitch. In this game, you just kind of push the direction buttons. And
No sweat.
maybe they'll throw it where you want them to.
Here comes Jermaine Allensworth.
Modern baseball. Well, this is a pretty new... I mean, look at this. This is like peak PlayStation 1-ish. No, that would be, I think, Triple Play went up to 2001. I think that was the last Triple Play game. Oh, is that Evo? I think it is. Hi, Evo.
Fastball down the middle.
Shush.
0-1.
I got my stud pitcher, Jeff D'Amico.
2 strikes on him.
Oh, Lord. Yes, pitch. Very good. Let's see what you did there.
Change up low and inside.
Well, if I did get it...
Drive down the line.
Okay.
Fair ball.
I was going to say, you're standing on the base.
Out of there.
But if I did get a newer
We go to the bottom of the inning.
newer baseball game, it would have to be a PC.
Game.
Although, if I could find a cheap PlayStation 2
Line drive to the
baseball
shortstop.
game, that would
To
be
the first
cool.
baseman. He got him.
You looked up Jeff
One
D'Amico.
out, nobody on. Batting 1 for 1, Matt Lawton.
Oh, Lord. I think his last season was probably around 2004, 5, somewhere around there, Jeff D'Amico.
He's batting 1 for 1.
He kind of started off okay with the Mets and slowly got
Quickly to
worse.
center field.
I don't know if he went anywhere else after either.
A single
48.
by Lawton. 1 out, 1 on. Hitting 0 for 1, Ray
Yeah,
Ordonez.
Well, you know who retired and still probably had a lot of years left in him, especially if he played in the American League. And this was a while ago, too. But Mike Piazza.
It's way back.
Wait, who was this?
Home
Who just hit
run,
home
New
run?
York
I wasn't even
Mets.
paying attention. Ooh. Oh.
That ball went
Oh,
back
Matt
in
Lawton
the
was this.
stadium.
Oh,
He didn't
dear.
hit anywhere. He crushed it.
It's a 2-run home run.
Ah.
Boy, he had a great approach to the plate. He was patient, got his pitch, and put it in play.
You know,
It's a ball.
that was Ray Ordonez that hit a home run. Wow. But you never hear about the players that get caught with steroids and actually admit
Two
to
outs,
it.
nobody on.
You only hear about the ones
Batting 1
that
for
deny
2,
it for the
Roger
most part.
Cedano.
I like that he admitted it. At least. I mean, a lot of them.
0-1.
A lot of them, you know. They're just calling it steroid era now, the 90s.
Deep fly
Which is
ball
a
to
shame
center
because,
field.
I don't know, there were a bunch that used it, but there were also a lot of players that didn't.
At the top of the 6th, the Pittsburgh Pirates trail by 3.
You know, I have seen this team before, and I have seen them come back. They've got a chance to get back in this game.
Yeah, first offense is only 10 games. Yeah. But it's a 3 strikes you're out rule. First offense is 10 games. Second offense is like 65, 70 games, something like that. It's maybe even more. I think it's almost half a season. The second offense. Third offense, forget it. You're thrown out of baseball for good. Pretty sure.
One ball, one strike.
there's going to be big debates for a long time on whether or not these guys that everybody either knows or assumes use steroids, if they should get in the Hall of Fame or not. And one is freaking Barry Bonds. I don't know if Barry Bonds actually admitted it. He really should have by now, because it was pretty obvious with him. He was like the poster child of steroids, basically. But, you know, do you take away his home runs? Oh, oof, sorry.
That's a good one.
Believe it or not, that pitch was a splitter, and I tried to aim for the outside corner of the plate, and he hit him in the knee.
They may want to bring in the corners right now, looking for that sacrifice bunt.
Quick throw.
Was that Womack? It was. God damn it, he's a base stealer.
Boy, I tell you, Huey, that defense better be on their toes right here. Bell is among the major league leaders in stolen bases.
Bell.
Well, they need some more runners. Maybe they're going to try to move the runner here.
Why are you telling me that Bell's among the major league leaders in stolen bases? He's batting. Telling me about Womack on first base, he's the one that's going to steal. And he is pretty fast. Oh, that's horrible in 09. Let's see, 09, the rosters would probably be from the end of 07. Actually, that might still be good. That team might jump, yeah.
The runner goes. Ground ball to second base. To first. He's out of there.
Runner went, so no chance of double play. Also, I don't know why the freaking pitcher played that ball. Where was the second baseman? Anyway. 2 outs.
Swing and a miss.
I'm trying to think of who was a rookie in this game that might have a chance of still playing, because some of the best players do play for like 20-something years. Ooh, bad. He's not. D'Amico's not pitching as good this time. I don't have as big of a lead either.
Another ball.
I might walk this guy. Or he'll swing 3-1 and pop it up.
That takes care of the side with the man left in scoring position.
Timo Perez is long gone. I don't think there is anybody really. It's a shame.
Line drive up the middle.
In fact, a lot of the players in this game are either coaches on other teams, or might even be managers or pitching coaches.
One on and nobody in.
Well, you know, they might be trying to move the runner along here.
What about John Lieber? Is he still playing? No. Oh, wow. A bot. Oh, Lucy, you're not a mod? Okay. Come on. Come on. Mod. Oh. Oops. Oh god, how do I... There we go. There you go, you got a sword.
Deep fly ball to center field. Routine catch.
I hate it. It's a fancy mod view. I never use it.
Hitting 0 for 2. Mike Piazza.
If he can hit the ball on the right side of the
But
infield,
Piazza here,
then they can get that runner into
he's
scoring
in the
position.
Hall of Fame already, actually,
Over to first.
because he's
Safe
got the
at first.
most home runs ever by a catcher. I think by a pretty good margin. And it's pretty
Straight up
widely
the middle.
believed that he never used steroids, even though he's from that era. Which I believe. He was always about the
He
same
hit that
size.
ball as hard as you can hit it. That was some line drive. You know what? That's all they were trying
But,
to do. Just move him into scoring position.
The reason why
One out and two on.
he retired so early, he retired in like 2005, 2006, somewhere around there. But he retired because he was a catcher. Catchers is the hardest job
Thank you.
as far as physical. You're always in a crouch. You're trying to throw to second, which is not easy from the crouch. It's just catchers really
Hey, you
hard.
could have caught that one, Buck. 2 outs and runners on first and second.
Just really wears down your body. But what he could have done is go to an American League and just be a DH, just hit. And he could have gone another probably 5 years just hitting.
Hit to center field.
I don't know why he retired when he did.
Throw to second.
Funny thing was,
Safe at second.
after his contract was up with the Mets, we didn't re-sign him.
Hitting 2 for 2. Matt
And
Lawton.
that's what everybody figured. Is, oh, well, surely he's going to sign with an American League team in DH. No, he played for the Padres for a season. Which didn't make,
Popped up over
wow.
the plate.
Hit it really good straight up.
Easy catch. That's
But
the third out with 2 left stranded.
he still had to catch. And then finally, his last
After 6, the New York
year,
Mets lead by
his
4.
last
Boy, I
season,
tell you, they seem to be
he
getting
signed
all the breaks
with
today,
the
Jim.
Oakland A's, and then he could DH. I don't know if he ever caught on the A's, or if he only DH'd. I bet he did some catching, too. He was stubborn like that. He wanted to catch.
0-1. He's 0 for 2.
Heck, I think in the early 2000s, the Mets tried to get him to play first base. And he could have maybe pulled it off, but I don't think
Fastball, low
his
and
heart
inside.
was really into it. And I remember one play, he was playing first base. I tried to find a clip of it on like YouTube or something, but I can't. But it was like a line drive pretty much right at him.
Line drive up the middle.
And he dropped to his knees to catch it, playing first base, because he's so used to doing that as a catcher. And when he did that, when he dropped to his knees playing out at between first and second base, that's when everybody was like, yeah, he probably shouldn't be playing first base. But I don't know. He did it for a little while. One season.
Shallow
Not a
pop
full
fly up the
season.
middle.
But he just, I don't think he wanted to really do it.
2 outs,
His heart
nobody
wasn't
on.
into it.
Batting
He
1
was
for 2.
just too
Doug
much of a
Strange.
catcher by that point. Such a good hitter.
Line drive to third base. Toss to the first baseman. He's out of there. Third out, we go to the bottom of the inning.
I can't believe I hit a home run with Ray Ordonez. I can't believe Ray Ordonez is batting
All
.310.
of today's action is sponsored
This
by
game's a little
Kaleidoscope
weird.
Eyes.
The place for monogram
I don't think he's
contact
ever hit
lenses.
over like
Kaleidoscope
270 was
Eyes.
probably his best season, Ray Ordonez. He was
Fastball
an
down the
amazing
middle.
defensive shortstop,
0-1.
but he couldn't hit for anything for the most part. And there's another hit. Wow. That was the kind of hit that he would usually get a blooper.
He's got himself a base hit. 1 on and nobody out. Hitting 0 for 2.
Well, he's
Just
still
to be
throwing. No,
This
well,
might
not
be
a
a good
no-hitter,
time
but he's
to
throwing
move
a
the runner
shutout.
along.
Come on. Oh, yes, you do have to move him around.
Throw to first.
All right, I'll move the runner over.
Got him. 1 out, 1 on. Batting 1 for 3, Roger Cedano.
I've just got a few lucky hits here.
And a run scored.
Nice. Now I don't have to worry so much about
RBI
replacing
single
D'Amico
by
right away.
Cedano.
That was a good at bat. He was patient, got a good pitch to hit, and didn't miss it. This could be a great opportunity for them to start the runner.
That's something I should have checked on before. Is D'Amico fatigued again? 59%. But yes, he is. I could have pinch hit for him if I knew. I remember to watch. What inning is it? Bottom, so that means it's going to be top of the 8th. Let's take a picture.
Didn't find the plate. Ball.
Let me go to the rosters. John Franco. Yeah, let's try Franco. And then save Benitez for the 9th.
There's the pickoff throw.
Actually,
Safe at first.
I'm up by like 5 runs, so I don't need Benitez.
Line drive to second base.
Wow. Run. Nice.
Boy, what bat control by the hitter. He shot that ball right through the infield.
Fly ball could score a run.
Alright, Fonzie. Whoa. Where are you going?
Safe at third.
He's still on aggressive base running? That was scary. Don't do that. Oh,
Another
Jesus.
throw to third. Safe at third.
Cautious base run. Gotta put him on cautious. I don't know why there's no option for normal for base running.
Taken down the left side.
That was a pretty good play in the outfield right there. That ball had a chance, but he made a routine fly ball out of it.
Now, in real
tell you,
life, I
that's
think
what
I could
happens
probably
when
get a
the batter
sac
gets
fly out of
impatient.
that.
He
But
doesn't have a good at-bat.
everybody throws the ball perfectly in this game, so it's really hard to advance on a fly ball.
Deep fly ball to center
Not
field.
quite. 2 outs anyway. Oh, we're
Easy
going.
play. No problem. That takes care of the side with 2 left aboard.
Boy, I hate to take a pitcher out when he's
the
throwing
Mets
a
lead.
Well, you know, Jim, this team's got
shutout,
all the
but-
elements. They really play sound fundamentally, and they're in every ball game.
He's apparently fatigued. Boy, only 2 hits. I don't want to hurt him more. I don't know if you can, but I don't want to. Good old John Franco. Now this game, unfortunately, John Franco is still a closer. So this team has 2 closers on, so they're fighting each other for saves.
He gets it to first.
Really? I still threw it to first. Yeah. What a shock! He's safe.
Safe at first. He's got himself
But in
a
real
knock.
life, what happened in
Jim, I tell you, this guy's
Franco
really
was
struggling.
closer
He couldn't hit the ground
until-
if he fell down.
what?
And now
Hit
at
the
the
ground
plate,
and fell down.
That's
What?
a flight 543 to Paris, just leaving from nearby LaGuardia.
Boy, I tell
Anyway.
you, this place gets loud, doesn't it? If the wind's blowing in the right directions, those jets take
Wow,
off
he's
right
not
over the
moving at
top
all.
of the stadium.
Throw over to first. He wants
But
to keep that.
John
runner close.
Franco, I think, was still the closer up until like mid 1998 season, and then he got hurt. He like hurt his finger or something, and then that's when the Mets got Armando Benitez.
Hit weakly down
Forget
the
it,
line.
Benitez was lights out closer. He was amazing. So when John Franco came back, he was demoted from the closer role.
Safe at first. 1 out, 1 on. Hitting
He's more
over
like
2.
7th, 8th inning
John
guy.
Lieber.
This is a great time to bunt the ball and move
He
the run.
still pitched for
Jim, at this point in the ball game, they could really use
Yeah,
a runner
4
in scoring
seasons,
position.
4 more
He's got to
seasons
try to
after
move
that.
him over.
Nothing going on.
every
at
once in a
first,
while
but
you got a
he's
chance to
thrown over
close the
again.
game.
Safe at first.
Right here, they've got to move that runner over any way they can.
It's a ball. 1-0.
He should have had a much better chance of getting the Hall of Fame because he wasn't an amazing pitcher, but he got a lot of saves. He was a good closer. Got the job done. And I think he had over 300 something saves. Maybe the most amount of saves of a lefty. Maybe second most. I can't remember now. It was pretty good. And he should have at least gotten a longer look for Hall of Fame.
To center field.
But he didn't.
Jim, you've heard of canned corn before. You know where it came from? I'll tell you. In the old grocery stores, the corn used to be up on the top shelf, and the grocer used to knock it down with a stick, and he'd catch it in his hand. Canned corn.
That's
Corn.
the third out with a runner in scoring position.
I do love Franco toward the next inning too.
It's a hot, sunny day, and all that breeze is going to do is cool things up.
Hey, the ball's going to jump.
Okay, it's time for the nickname game. Montreal Expos of the 70s had the Kid, the Crow, the Hawk, and Reigns was...
Al Lieber is still in.
Great, colorful nicknames in Montreal.
It's a single by Vaughn. Pop up to the shortstop. He snagged that one with ease. 1 out, 1 on. Hitting 2 for 3. Matt Lawton.
Get his numbers up a little bit. Yeah, it should be like a 270 hitter. Not long, I think.
Oh, and 1. Hit to center field.
Nope.
2 outs and 1 on. Okay, nicknames for dinner tonight, Buck.
Montreal's Expos had a great catcher named Gary Carter. What was his nickname? The
Kid Carter. Line drive, pulled down the left side. Toss to the first baseman. He got him.
You know, they just talked about Gary Carter, the Kid. Montreal Expos catcher. What about New York Mets?
After 8, the New York Mets
You know,
lead by 5.
the World Series
Jim,
winning New
these
York
guys
Mets
are
of
really
1986.
executing right
Here's
now.
the catcher. I guess about half of his career was Expos and the other half Mets. He's much more well known for Mets.
Thank you. Playing triple play 99. On number 5.
Line drive up the middle. There's
Boy.
a base hit. 1 on and nobody out. Hey, there's time for you to spin us a yarn.
Should I
now,
warm
Buck,
up
if you'd like.
Benitez?
Well, Jim, you know that Reggie Jackson's got a lot of
Not
confidence. But it's reported that Reggie Jackson once told the New York press that he was, quote, the straw that stirs the drink. Thank you very much, Reggie.
Buck, knowing that, I'll be able to sleep tonight. Thank you.
Oh, baseball players always have the best quotes. What does that even mean?
Hit to center field. Throw to second. 1 out, 1 on.
Jim, did you realize Greg Maddux is the only pitcher in history to win 4 consecutive Cy Young Awards?
Absolutely amazing, Buck.
Yeah, Greg Maddux was something else.
Ground ball to the shortstop.
Jesus, really?
He tosses it to second base.
Franco,
Safe
I
at
tried to
second.
give you a chance to close out a
Boy, the
game.
hitter did a great job of getting a good pitch to hit and drove it through the infield.
I'm gonna have to warm up Benitez.
Fly ball.
That was supposed to be high
Fly ball to
and
center
inside,
field.
unhittable, but it was not. But I got away with
No
it.
problem. To second. Safe at second. 2 outs and 2 on.
Of course, John Franco's
Batting 1 for
signature
3,
pitch is that
Doug
changeup,
Strange.
but you got to set up the changeup. You can't just throw changeups. You got to throw the fastball so that they're looking for it.
0 and 1.
Changeup is like his out pitch. I don't even know if he really threw a slider in real life. I think it was really just fastball
Line
change.
drive to the
He hit
shortstop.
the changeup. God damn it.
To the second baseman.
That's-
Safe at second. He makes the play to home.
He jumped all over that pitch.
There
and hit it
wasn't
right
any
over
play
the
at home.
infield.
But okay. I got 2 outs though.
Deep fly ball to center field. Easy play. This game is
All right.
history. The final score, the New York Mets 5, Pittsburgh 0.
1 through 9, this has got to be a tough lineup to pitch to.
I tell you, when you get run support like that, you're not going to lose too many ball games.
Still got a shutout. But Franco made it interesting. They loaded the bases on him. Of course, when John Franco closed, a lot of times he made the game interesting. It wasn't always 1-2-3 with him. He wasn't a typical power pitcher like somebody throws really hard to strike people out. It was all about that changeup. Ordonez, player of the game. I don't know if that ever happened through his career. Well, I mean, defensively, yeah, he was probably one of the best defensive shortstops ever. But he was never much player. Okay, well, that's definitely going to be it. I'm just going to do that. I'm not going to play another game now, but I'm just setting it up for next time. So the Mets have won 5 games in a row, and only 2 of those were me. The computer actually won 3 of those games, which is pretty good. Now, if I let the computer play the next 2 games, they're going to be losses because the Pirates are actually pretty good. Of course, the Braves won 2 games, so it's not like I'm gaining much on them. But I'm not even really going to try to beat the Braves for the division because the Braves are insane. Pirates and Cubs are important. So I'm 52 and 47, 52 and 47. So yeah, it's the Cubs and the Rockies. Those are the teams that I am playing for the wild card. It's just one wild card. They only started having 2 wild cards a couple years ago. So yeah. Oh, the Angels are actually a few games over 500. I don't know why the Mariners are so bad. It's crazy. Tigers. Why are the Tigers good? Well, they were kind of up and down, I guess. They weren't good in 99, though. Huh. The Royals, too. Wow. It should be like Indians, Twins. That's interesting. And the Yankees, of course. Reds. Well, actually, should be like Yankees, Orioles, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Devil Rays. Interesting. Anywho, that's gonna be it for me. It is time to walk the doggy. Get myself a snack. Yeah, I had fun. Figured I'd stream something different. I don't think I'm going to try to stream more Derail Valley until I get that RAM upgrade. Which is in the mail, supposedly. I mean, I believe it, but it might take a while. Because, you know, we just had a freaking tropical storm. And my area, specifically where I live, our power never went out. We got really lucky. But all around me, oh, the amount of trees down and wires down. There are people, you know, this storm hit us day before yesterday. There are people that aren't getting their power back until Tuesday. You know, Today's Thursday. So, that's pretty crazy. One of our friends that lives, like, on the outskirts of town, yeah, they said Tuesday for his power. Thankfully, he's got a freaking generator. He's got, like, a portable generator. I don't know how much he's powering with it, but most importantly, he's keeping the refrigerator going. And a couple other key things. A few lights here and there, but it's like a regular portable generator, so he must be having extension cords running throughout the whole house or something. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna stop the stream. I'll see you guys around later.